there are certain times where you need to be able to turn it on and go fast. Fourth quarter. Let's go. Get out of the house. Cops are here. Party. Cops, quick. Run into the woods. Get the fuck out of here. Grab your bag. You know?
That should be what you yell whenever you really want to get them out the door to school on time. Fucking cops. Run.
Cops. Hide the weed.
Okay, so let's record the intro now.
So what did Milkless? Because I think we start with the name.
Two dads. We love our kids, but then we also need them to know that we're like pretty cool and it's not like a wimpy podcast. So, hey,
hey,
Milkless.
Hey, welcome. Hey,
Milkless. Call the audience, Milkless. What's up, Milkless? Max coming at you.
What if that's it? That's our first take. On this episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about hurrying our kids. This is something Max and I do all the fucking time, and it's not great. But then you got to accomplish some things in life, and you're trying to raise kids who can kind of move their ass when that's what's going to help the team. Can you have your cake and eat it too? Honestly, we'd probably both just settle for feeling like assholes less of the time. Here we go.
All right, Matt. Today we're talking about hurrying or rushing, or when you tell your kid, come on, buddy. Let's go. Get in the car.
Let's do this.
Let's go. It's enough washing your hands. It's enough soap. Come on, let's go. How many times do we do this? Is it bad? Is it good? I mean, I got a lot to say on this. I think we both do this a lot. How do you want to kind of dive in today? What do you thought? What are your thoughts?
It's not good, I don't think. And I do it. I feel like sometimes I feel like I live my whole life in a hurry. So I think that some of what we should talk about is hurrying our kids, but some of that is internal too, right? Like, what is your own clock doing all the time? And how do you then kind of export that sense of urgency or time scarcity or whatever onto your kids?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we talked about it on the last episode with Caitlin a little bit.
Yeah.
About getting out the door. And you don't want to be that parent who's like, on your kid's ass all the fucking time.
All the time.
Let's go. Come on. We're looking for socks, shoes, buddies. Come on. And then it's like, wait a minute. If I had to trade 100 days of being perfectly on time versus 100 days of not nagging my kids, obviously I take the latter.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not good. It's not good. When it's this pervasive, ongoing nagging. With that said, there's nothing worse than someone who's always fucking late. Or always slow as shit.
Yeah.
When you work with somebody and they're like, let's go, buddy, let's go.
Yeah, there is something frustrating about somebody that's really pokey. And then kids are just it is infuriating how you'll communicate to them like, we're in a hurry, we got to do this. And you walk out of the room and you walk back like 7 seconds later and they're just like, did you know that birds sometimes fly from one limb of a tree to the other? It's like, what the fuck? Where's the urgency? Like their ability to hold on to urgency, it lasts like 7 seconds. So you do end up as a parent feeling like you're carrying all the responsibility of, getting out the door, getting to wherever you're going.
Yeah. And I think that the thing that is not helpful on social media is when you see people call out that dynamic of when we as parents get frustrated as like toxic. It's not so binary where it's just like, never hurry your kids.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to fucking sometimes there's a plane flight. So you can't always just wait for them at their own fucking snail's pace.
And I think that for me, the thing I can do better is instead of like thinking that they're like me, and I think that that's where I fall down the most as a parent, is just treating them as if it was me.
Yeah.
I can get out the house
so fast
in like 90 seconds. I can be naked, take a shower, and be out of the house in 90 seconds. So it's just not fair to, especially like our now 6-year-old. He's like a Chinese finger trap where the harder you pull, the tighter it goes.
Yeah.
He just needs time. And he hasn't developed that muscle.
Yeah. There's a real thing to what you just said. I get a little bit of it getting out the door in the morning when I'm taking my daughter to school. But the biggest version I get of this is at bedtime, trying to like hit a specific bedtime. I end up pushing. Why are your eyes open? Like, why are you still squirming around? Why are you doing this? And the real fucking bullshit of it that makes me so mad at myself is on the nights that I just go into bedtime with the attitude of like, I'm going to just spend some nice time with my kid and be calm. And those are my only goals, is to have a nice calm time with my kid. She goes to bed fucking earlier than when I'm on her ass to go to bed. There is this way in which when you become that broken record and you become that naggy asshole, I don't know if it's rebellion or if it's just like they kind of shut down because they're feeling whatever, but it's counterproductive. It totally is.
Well, when we as parents introduce more stress into the situation, they kind of clam up.
Yeah.
They feel our stress and anxiety about needing to do something quickly and they freeze.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like rushing bedtime, you just reminded me of something. I gave my son a stutter straight up. So we would do bedtime. And I think what happens is when you're a parent that like wants to be a good hang, you don't want to say no. It's like, can we play one more thing? Can we do one more story? And our son had asked, can we read 5 books? He got me up to 5 books and I loved his negotiation skills. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll read 5 books, but I'm going to read them like speed reading, super fast. And then he developed this really intense stutter. We went to, language therapy or whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. I hope you guys can fix him. Like, this is exciting. The entire meeting was with me and my wife. They're like, okay, so what's bedtime like? What are books like? Do you read 1 book a night and do you pause 10 to 14 seconds between each page?
Ugh.
And I was like, oh shit. No, I actually memorize every book and I will start reading the next page before I turn the fucking page so that he can't talk. If he tries to talk, I'm like, no, let me finish this. Let me finish this book, bro. You want 5 books? Dad's got to read the 5 books. Here we go. Okay.
No questions.
No. On Monday, he ate through 1 green leaf.
And then he ate a fucking thing. And then he ate another fucking thing. Yeah, stomachache.
Like way too fast. And then they're just like, dude, you need to slow down, read 1 book a night. And sometimes it's when they want to stay up later, they want to hang out with you. Dad, I just want to chat. I just want to talk. So you stay up later, but then bedtime gets compressed and then you're rushing. And then it's just a clusterfuck for everyone.
Yeah.
The real answer is just to kind of say, nope. If your bedtime is 7:30, we're going down at 6, bro.
Totally.
Let's read a bunch of books. Let's like talk. Let's hang. This is great.
Yeah.
What's probably going to happen on this episode? Everything's going to come down to like, just leave yourself a little more time. Your kids are just slow as fuck.
Yeah. 3 books, not 5. If you're going to do 5 books, give yourself 2 hours. Yeah.
Right.
Kids are slow as shit. The other thing that's occurring to me as we're talking about this, that like, what is the thing that a lot of these things have in common? Getting your kid out the door to school, getting your kid down for bedtime. What is at the end of those things is that you get a break.
Mm-hmm.
Your kid goes off to school. It's a quiet house. Your kid goes to sleep. Fuck yeah, I get to watch my stories. I think so often the urgency is not really about like, oh God, if she gets to bed at 8:17, she's going to be, it's about like, I have in my mind that at 8 p.m., I'm supposed to get to take a fucking breath. So the rush is on my behalf.
Oh, 100% for me as a dad. But for my wife, she has a little bit of mom guilt on the lateness of bedtime and then feels bad for the children. I'm kind of like, yo, they'll roll with it. If they go to bed at 9:30, it's chill. But anything after 8, my wife is getting anxious that they're still awake in the bed because our kids will wake up on the dot at 6:10, no matter what.
Wow, yeah.
We could be coming back from like a once a year 4th of July party. It's 11:30, 6:10.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're assed out all day. But I mean, really, it comes down to, we got 1 of 3 choices. Either you give yourself more time and start the process earlier, or be cool with it going long, being late for school or having a later bedtime, or nag them the whole time and probably not affect the outcome either way.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, why are we doing this naggy thing?
Yeah, yeah. I was doing a little reading because like, as we were talking about doing this episode, this is kind of one of those things that like, I want to work on it with my kids. I also just want to work on it with myself. I feel intense time scarcity all the time. Mm-hmm. There's this great Mark Maron joke. His podcast is almost as big as ours. There's this great it's a short joke. He's like 10 times a day, I have to just stop whatever I'm doing and yell at myself, "You're not in a hurry." I will just find myself like whatever I'm doing, I'm walking as fast as I can. I'm on from one thing to the next. There's this phrase that I read about that was coined in like the 1980s called hurry sickness. Mm-hmm. And it's basically just this feeling that you're always in a hurry, that you never have enough time. And I think that the pace of life has made that pretty widespread. And it has certainly impacted me. I feel that in myself all the time, that there's always more stuff that I wish I could do than I have time for. And some of that feels modern. The other day I was driving home. I was like, fuck, what do I do on this drive home? Like, I need to call this person, but also I'm like listening to this audiobook that I want to listen to, but also there's this new album I want to listen to. What do I do? And somehow on my drive home, I was feeling hurried. Years ago, I just would have had the CD that was in my car. Now you got your fucking phone that you can scroll through a little bit of everything all the time. our culture is so fast and so fixated on productivity and output that we as adults are increasingly out of practice slowing down, and our kids are better at it. And so we shout at them for it.
Yeah. I mean, well, I know that feeling, but my personal thing is more something instead of like hurry sickness is more like super pumped turbo mode. And it's like, oh, I need a screwdriver, and I run to the toolbox. Like that hurriedness, I love. I think you get so much accomplished. I'm like pounding coffee all day. I'm getting stuff done. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go do a load of laundry. And then while I'm on top of that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm leaning forward into it. When I don't ever get that on my own. But like the bad type that you're talking about, the hurry sickness I get with the kids.
That's interesting.
All the time. I don't know why. I don't have it in my own personal life. I get turbo pumped max mode. With the kids, I'm like, sometimes if I'm stressed, I'll just hurry them for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah.
We're coming out of the grocery store. They're just kind of lollygagging a little bit.
Lollygagging.
Lollygagging.
Lollygaggers.
I'm just waiting for them to like walk like a human. And I'll sometimes snap at them like, let's go. What's that about?
Yeah.
I would never do it to myself where I better get in that car fast. But like, because they're not walking at my speed, or they like stop to look at a butterfly because I'm in turbo max happy mode.
So I wonder if the thing that we have in common is our pace. Maybe mine comes from some sense of time scarcity or hurry sickness, and yours is more about enthusiasm and like loving the productivity of it. But both of them just have to do with our rhythm and needing things to happen at that rhythm because it's the rhythm that we like. I've done a couple of drum circles over the years because we filmed one, and then like, I don't know, I guess I'm a fucking weirdo, but
wow. Wow.
Look, man,
I thought we were on the same page, but I'm kidding. I would fucking love a drum circle.
Drum circles are dope, man. I mean, they're super like woo woo and whatever else, but we filmed one and then we had one in our house actually. But like everybody kind of picks their rhythm that they're playing along to.
Yeah. What if someone has no rhythm?
Well, someone always has no rhythm. And then you just kind of like look at them like,
Soft.
It's like, yeah.
You're hitting it too hard.
Then you toss them a set of keys and you're like, what? This too?
You.
But you fucking guy. But when I am at a drum circle, I have learned I am like,
oh,
like my rhythm is like fucking 16th notes just in life.
Wow.
And it actually causes me stress to go slow like that. Mm-hmm. It's just not, I don't know. It's not my speed, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. I'm also very fast. And I'll even said this to my wife when we meet another couple that's really chill. So, one of the weird qualities that I, we're talking about a couple, like, are they chill? They're cool. Oh yeah, they're really cool. Yeah, they're really nice. Oh, they got great kids. I'll be like, they're kind of fast. Kind of fast like us. Here's the thing. Like when I think about the qualities I would love my kids to have, I'd want them to be a fast, productive person. So I don't know. That's why I don't think it's like that bad as long as you're not nagging them all the time. Like what I've tried to start to do, I'll just be like, okay, guys, we're going to do it like a game. Just like you really want to learn how to read or write, or you're really good at math. You know how that's a skill? Well, it's kind of a skill to get out of the house fast. Let's see if we can do it together. Okay, here we go. Okay, so in 10 minutes, we got to get shoes, socks. Who's in it with me? First person into the car is a winner. Okay, ready, set, go. And then they're in the car before me. They're like, Dad, we're in the car. Where are you? They learn how to be like a quick, productive human being, never late. But I'm not like, car, shoes, every morning, guys. It's like turns into a game.
Yeah. When you can make it collaborative, you give them some like responsibility. There have been times when I really needed something to happen fast. And I was shutting my daughter like, now we're on a mission because we got to do this and we got to do it quickly. I don't feel like that's something that I could use like every morning. But I do also think there's a cost. There are things that you get when you slow down, when you take a breath, when you relax, when you go slower. And maybe those two things are not mutually exclusive. Like you can train them in the skill of hustling when they need to, but also have those times where like, it really doesn't fucking matter. Go whatever pace you want. And let's just have this be a calm, relaxed time. So maybe you can have both if you create both of those spaces for your kids.
Yeah. I think that I could do a way better job at that where, look, there are certain times where you need to be able to turn it on and go fast. Fourth quarter. Let's go. Get out of the house. Cops are here. Party. Cops, quick. Run into the woods. Get the fuck out of here. Grab your bag. you know?
That should be what you yell whenever you really want to get them out the door to school on time. Fucking cops! Run!
Cops! Hide the weed. No, but like you need to be able to move quickly.
Yeah.
But everything else doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Because the truth is, whenever you're rushing them, you're not allowing them to go at the pace that's comfortable for them. You're making them go at the pace that's comfortable for you.
Right.
But God, it's hard. It's like, what? Do you remember? I think it's in Zootopia. You're a Zootopia fan, right?
Love Zootopia.
Love Zootopia. The sloth at the DMV.
Yeah.
Like when the sloth is slowly smiling.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about like the tension of that you're just like.
And the bunny is just like, Officer Hops is like.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the feeling. Is it just watching somebody fucking lollygag like that? For some reason, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's like, can you just fucking move?
It is so fucking hard.
But that's about us. That's what the fuck.
It is. That's why it's like, I need to learn how to just chill out. Because think about living under stress. It's just it doesn't feel good. Like, imagine this. You're doing your job. You're a 22-year-old new editor. You're editing some sort of video or commercial.
Please, film.
Film, sorry. So you're editing a film and I'm over your shoulder. Okay, no. Come on, quick. Buddy, Matt, let's go. It's like, that is unacceptable.
You're the fucking worst. Yeah. It's terrible. Yeah, it really is.
Like, when it's negative.
Mm-hmm.
After you do it, you get him out the door and it's like, oh, fuck. I fucked that up.
I am going to feel guilty until I get to apologize to them when they get home. Yeah.
Yeah. How can I make it up to them? It's just like, you don't want that. Like, this is kind of an embarrassing thing that I've done when I'm really, really stressed and there's a time constraint. So I got to get somewhere. It's like, okay, for example, let's get to soccer. And then they do this thing where they literally drag their feet. You know the thing?
Yeah.
Where they're kind of like, they're not even just moving slow. They're like kind of in a bad mood. I don't want to go.
With the the Charlie Brown walk. That's what I always sing in my head when my daughter's doing that. Just like
wop 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 wop. But so they won't move, and then eventually, like, I'll lose it or snap at them, and then maybe like put them in the car a little roughly. Like, not like injure them,
of course,
but I put him in the car fast, and then he starts crying.
Ugh.
Like, you scared me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, he's crying, and then I feel bad. Then I have to apologize. The whole fucking thing just took an extra 5 minutes because I lost my cool.
Yeah.
So what is the desired output here? The desired output is to move fucking fast. Let's go. And instead, I fly off the handle because I can't control my own shit. And again, it comes down to the thing where we're expecting our kids to handle their big kid emotions. I can't handle mine.
Yep.
Lose it.
Yep.
And then it's like, Max, dude, you want to get there fast. Don't cause a fucking scene.
You're so right. And that's a very rational, like, I'm in a hurry. I would like to go fast. Actually, blowing my top is going to make us go slower. So the way to do this is to be calm. That's like a hyper rational and great reason to act the way you want to act. But for me, I need a step or two or a tool before I can think that rationally. Because what's going on that's pissing me off is not rational. That's the ape, man. So I'm going to say this like once every 3 episodes, like, step away and take a deep breath to just slow myself down. Because I just can't. And I think maybe you're like a little more rationally motivated or better at employing reason in stressful moments than I am, because you often are able to like get a piece of information, think about it rationally, and then really have that impact your behavior. For me, I need something else before I can act wisely.
Yeah, like a pre-established thing in your mind that's like a signpost.
Or in my body. Like, I need my body to calm down before my mind can think really clearly.
Yeah. But what you're supposed to do is like empathize. I totally get it. And I do. I totally get it, man. Sometimes before I have to go to work or before I have to do something, I don't want to go. I know that feeling. But like, we got to go in the back of my mind, tick, tock, tick, tock. And I'm like, okay, stay chill, brother. Stay chill. And sometimes I use this thing my mom told me to do. She said she used to tell us about her thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I'm the coach, bud, and daddy's going to be late. And it's something for me, because then they have empathy and they'll be like, oh, well, I'll do it for you. So I'll pull out all these tricks. I don't want to go. And then I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm up against the wall.
Yeah.
I'm the coach.
Yeah.
I got to be there.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
That's so fucking tough.
What do you do?
Yeah. I think the instincts to empathize but also, communicate your perspective and the fact that you have a responsibility. I think those are the right instincts.
I can nail this if I had another 25 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't have the time. We got to go.
It's the ticking clock. Yeah. But here's the thing. Unless you're really ready to physically force them to go, just trying to push it is not actually going to save you time. You may just have to make the decision that though I am the coach, I'm about to be late to this.
You know what I do? The only other trick I have is you go into a deficit in some other category, like food or candy. And it's like,
oh yeah, just straight bribe.
And you know what? I don't know if this is the right thing, but I would take this 100 times over losing it on my kid. It's like go into that deficit. I'll get you a lollipop. Can we go get a lollipop? You want a piece of candy?
I'll suck your dick.
I'll give you a lollipop. Give you a lollipop. I'll give you a lollipop on the way home. Okay? I'll go to 7-Eleven. I'll get a lollipop. Like, whatever. Like, okay, that is not ideal. You are doing tit for tat. But at least, God damn it, at least you got there on time without losing it on your kid. Okay?
Yeah, I don't hate that, man. I think sometimes you got to do what works. You're between a rock and a hard place, and you just go. I don't think we can put it in the episode. I think it's too terrible.
That is the best thing I've ever. That is the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm like sweating profusely now.
Oh my God.
We're like Jimmy Falloning this one.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I think you're fine there.
Yeah.
I wonder if not the answer, because there's never an answer in this, but the things I keep thinking about, both when we're dealing with our kids and actually for ourselves and our own sense of hurry, because I get what you're saying. I love the hyperproductive thing. I love feeling like I have an advantage in how much I'm able to do, but I don't think that's good for you all the time. I think that you need times of peace to feel a sense of spirituality. I mean, some of these things, the older I get, the more I feel like they're important to me being a happy person and a good dad. So maybe what it is just creating boundaries around when those times are. That these are the times when I'm going. And then these are the times when I turn it off and allow the pace to be slow. And to have that with your kids too, and be really sparing about the times when you force a fast pace.
Yeah. And I think that's right. The older I get, the more I do appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
And all the stuff about meditation and finding inner peace, that's true.
Yeah.
If you ever do that, whether it's meditation or, ice bath, even though that's kind of a turbo way to chill.
That's a Joe Rogan way to just, catch a breather. Yeah.
But just, I don't know, I think it's we need to look in the mirror and think about all the interactions with our kid. What if everyone was watching you? I think about the Truman Show. If someone was watching me, get the kid out the door, get the kid back into the car after the grocery store. Am I being a fucking dickhead?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I said earlier about making a scene. I would never make a scene in public. Are you making a scene at home? And sometimes I am,
Yeah.
And so that's what I like to think about. It's something that helps me. Okay, if Matt watched me, if the podcast listeners watched me, am I being a fucking asshole here?
Yeah, God, I was such a fucking dick last night. I was supposed to go play my weekly tennis match and my daughter wouldn't go to sleep. It wasn't even that she wouldn't go to sleep. She just couldn't. She just, for whatever reason, her eyes kept staying open. I don't know. And then she'd been still for a long time and I thought I was about to be able to get out of there. I was already late. And then she rolled over and she's like, I had a scary thought. And I just fucking lost my shit on her. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. Just
saying the stupidest shit. I get to do one thing in a week, one thing, and I can't leave until you go to sleep.
Yeah.
And she was trying. It was just, I apologized to her. She woke up in the middle of the night and she was like, hi, Daddy. And I gave her this heartfelt apology. And she was like, can we go back to bed? Like she just slept through the whole thing.
You're like, thank you so much for waking up in the middle of the night and allowing me to absolve myself
Totally,
of this because
totally.
I would not have been able to sleep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's like, listen, I got to tell you something. She's like, can we go back to bed? Yeah, but it is, yeah, it's weird the things you do.
Well, it's hard to conceptualize some of these amorphous sort of things that, like, if you're hurrying a kid all the time, like I have done for a lot of time, you give them anxiety. You give them like, everything needs to happen like so quickly. Just think about how scary that is for them.
And the reason that I'm trying to fight this so much in myself is I just think it robs the joy from things. Because if you're always in a hurry or like thinking about the next thing, then you're not very present. And it's hard to really just have carefree fun. So yeah, you don't want to, like, I don't want to put that on my kids, especially with the world we've constructed with just how fast it is and how much there is coming at us. You got to work to not be that way a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
And I just really want to set my kids up right for that.
Well, you made it just an amazing point that, like, that's what it's all about, is living in the present. The only thing that's real is now. So if you don't know how to live in the now, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Like
Yeah.
you can't ever be happy. You're either lamenting the past or trying to get to something in the future to better yourself or whatever. And then, it's now doesn't matter. But now's the only thing that matters.
And the thing is, kids, for all the ways in which they can be frustrating, they're so fucking present. They're amazingly present.
Yeah.
Those downtown adventure days that my daughter and I go on, a big part of them is that we don't have to be anywhere. And it's not that I don't ever move us along, because sometimes I'll get bored in a place, but then it's just a conversation between two people about what pace we're going to go at. And I am able to be so present for those days. And they're our best days because it's when we're having the most similar experience.
Right. It's because the goal is your daughter and
it's the whole
not a
fucking
task-oriented check all these boxes.
Yeah.
It's literally just like, oh, she wants to lollygag and chase a butterfly or run her hand across a chain link fence. That's the experience. That's great.
Yeah.
You're going for that.
Yeah.
So, you don't snap at her.
Yeah.
And like, yo, you want to come with me to the grocery store? I'm not going to bring them on a 20-minute grocery supermarket sweep.
Don't try to read 5 books in a half an hour.
No. It's like, I know I want to be a good hang and be like, yeah, anybody can come with dad. And then it's like, oh, fuck, I only have 20 minutes. I'm going to fucking lose it on them.
Yeah.
No. I only have 20 minutes. Guys, no, you can't come on this one. I just got to go really fast. No, you can't come. If I have an hour, of course, come on. But then it's a different experience.
Yeah.
It's not a 20-minute supermarket sweep.
Yeah.
It's, all right, yeah. Oh, you want to read the label on the fucking sour cream? Cool. It's like a downtown adventure day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you know what? If you feel it coming, you're going to fucking lose it on them. Is there any sort of signpost you can give yourself to be like, you know what? At the end of the day, especially if you're an on-time sort of type A sort of person, the kid is having a rough day, just be late one day.
Sometimes what I need to do is like ask my kid, can you give me a second? And then I'll go away from them and just try to slow the fuck down. And then I can remember that, like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, that's hard.
Because it's so hard.
When I'm getting mad, I feel like I'm in a dream where I don't really realize that the purple elephant is not like normal.
Well, yeah. It's very hard to see your own experience as not the truth.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, it is. But that's why I think that, like, I am, and I'm not great at this, man. I like certainly last night when I shamed my fucking daughter for not letting me go play tennis because she couldn't sleep because she was scared. God, when you say it in a sentence like that, doesn't sound fucking great. Anyways,
no, it happens.
I don't. Yeah, so I don't always do this well, but I'm trying to train myself to like almost have it be a reflex when I feel myself going fucking turbo like that, to just like step away, take a breath, and then come back. Because if I just keep going up the you just go up the ladder, you just go up the ramp.
Yeah,
it ain't no good.
Honestly, I think the biggest thing for this is just talking about it. And if you're a listener listening to this and thinking about this, so if you're listening to this episode,
then you fixed it. Then you're
then you fixed it.
Good now.
But also, no, seriously, share it with your partner, and then you have a common language to talk about not losing it on your kids. Because I think this is one of those things like helicopter parenting that is super, super important.
Yeah.
to try to nail.
Yeah, the not hurrying. You don't want a hurried child. Yeah, fucking A. I liked your little plug there. You get like it's good. I like your style.
Yeah, I thought about it.
I thought it was nice.
Show it to your partner. You could
Yeah.
double our listenership,
Yeah.
trying.
But yeah, we're trying. Yeah, but we believe in it. No, it's good. All right.
No, I think it will work.
I think it'll be great. Maybe we'll leave all this in. It'd be an interesting way to
Maybe.
just kind of. I think it's a fade out
Yeah, the music.
because there's not like a punchline.